and welcome to a brand new episode of Black, White, and Red All Over. I'm Victor Dandridge.
Ryan Seymore.
Oh my goodness, we got the giggles right now, man. It's
Yes,
so good.
Yes, we do.
It's Ultraman Giggles. You had to have been here. If you weren't here, sorry.
You missed it, and I swore.
Yeah, he did. It was hilarious. Because he doesn't do that, ever. So we got a lot of stuff that we read this week. You especially.
Yes.
Like I felt like you read like all the books.
I read quite a few.
Yeah.
It was only when I saw like everybody sitting around.
Oh wait, we're supposed to do a show, aren't we? I was like, so Ryan, you wanna film anything, brother? He's like,
yeah. Here's $5.
Yeah. Here we go. Let me pick 1, 2. Okay, we'll talk about these. All right, so out of the bunch that we have here, do we only have one that's the same?
I think.
Is it just God Country?
Yeah, because I did God Country, American Gods, Wildstorm, US Avengers, and Nightwing.
Nice. Yeah, I totally went everywhere else except for God Country. Like I did God Country, and then I did. Let's see, I did Coady and the Creepers.
Yeah, I was because that one.
It looks so good. Yeah. It looks so good. So I tried it. I went for it, and I'm not upset.
Batman with that Bane story.
Dude,
I haven't read that one. So.
Okay. So where you want to talk first?
Let's start with that Batman.
All right. So it's number 19. We've got Tom King. We've got David Finch on the work. I always have to stop. Like, is it David Finch or David Fincher? Fincher is the movie director. David Finch is the artist. Yes. This is how I remember things. Kidneys. All right. So this is part 4 of the I Am Bane story arc. I have read nothing. Literally nothing. This is my thing. Like I just like to pick up stuff. I'm calling it the newsstand principle. Remember how back in the day, before you had lofty, glorious locations such as this, you caught comic books where you caught them.
The spinner rack.
That's it. And sometimes you just picked up an issue and that's what you had. So that's the principle I'm going off of. On this like setup, I don't even know what's happening. Like this is obviously going on in Arkham. Bane is upset.
Yes.
That's not a thing that you want to have happen at all.
He has poor anger management skills.
Ooh, he has any. That's the question. Does he have any anger management skills? Something has happened. Is going down in Arkham. Batman is there, and he's somehow done something with the other Arkham inmates to put them at odds currently with Bane. This is the setup that I've gleaned from what happens. The showcase of storytelling is brilliant. It reminds me of Watchmen. I can't remember which issue, but where like the idea of passage of time is in Watchmen, which is at like 10, issue 10 or something like that.
It's somewhere down near the end.
Yeah, it's close to the end. So it reminds me of that. In a weird way, Bane is almost set up as the victim hero, and Batman is like the witting, unwitting even villain of sorts. Like he did something to make Bane this upset.
Wow.
He did something, and this is kind of an interesting twist. Like I really need to go back and read the other Bane issues just so I can see what the deal is. But whoa.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good. It's pretty too. Nice. Very pretty.
Very pretty.
What'd you tackle?
I think I'm going to start with American Gods.
Oh yes, give it to me, Neil Gaiman, baby.
Yeah, P. Craig Russell doing the art.
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah, so it's this just phenomenal, creative team, and everybody knows about American Gods, the novel,
right?
And the upcoming American Gods television series.
Yes, indeed.
This is awesome. You can. That's hard to describe because it feels like you're reading the narration.
Okay.
From the book, and then the art takes you that extra step into it.
That's brilliant.
And I don't know. It's all encompassing. I'm so glad that they're doing it. If you're a fan of Gaiman's work, or if you've read the novels, or if just pick it up.
Do it.
Because it's got this mythology and this darkness, and just the depth of emotion just from like this first. Where Shadow's going through what he is,
of course,
leading up to it. Yeah, it's just.
All right, so this one is a retelling of the novel series.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. Do you know how exactly it feeds into the show? Like, is this supposed to be precursor, feeder, or?
That I don't know. Like, it might be the show is taking place at the same time.
Got you. Multiple media streams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of genius. That's how bosses do it.
Yeah.
That's how they do it. Yeah. Do you have anything else that you want to share with that one? Just looking at the back cover, looks gorgeous.
It's amazing. There's a backup story which continues with this like the very supernatural theme that, you know, we're people, but there's so much more going on that we're just not aware of.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good, but it's not my pick of the week.
Really?
It's not.
Word. Okay. Speaking of things supernatural,
Yes.
I want to give a shout out to Coady and the Creepers.
Yeah.
From Boom. I picked it up on like a whim. It looked fun. It's very interesting, very whimsical in its showcase, but not specifically for kids. It's a little more teeny bopper-esque,
Okay.
if you will. Features like a Scooby-Doo crew. It's like, let's see, Scooby-Doo meets Josie and the Pussycats.
Interesting.
By way of Scott Pilgrim.
I can live with that.
Yeah. That's where we'll go with that. So Scooby-Doo, Josie and the Pussycats, Scott Pilgrim sandwich, eat it. It's yeah. How's that taste, right? Like you have the Scott Pilgrim-esqueness from the get-go, and you really kind of get into it. You're like, okay, I know what this is, and all of a sudden it takes like a turn, a very Scooby-Doo turn, which you're like, oh, this is not what I thought it was, and I love it even more. This one, it's fun. I'm trying to think like, what is the proper age group for this one? I don't even know, because like there are like some attributes of it that are a little bit more grown up.
Okay.
But not too, I mean the art style and everything is so very like younger friendly. So I would say maybe 14, 15-esque. They're, you know, pro-female group. So yeah, I mean, you can be a guy and read it. Don't get it twisted. You can, but it's kind of where I think it kind of leans.
Okay.
Kind of leans. Yeah.
Fair.
I like. Muy mucho. What else you got?
My book of the week is actually Wildstorm.
What?
Yep. It's if you watch the episode, we read Wildstorm #1.
We did.
And from, I mean, this is still kind of the same way. Their characters. It's a deep mythos. It is
Okay.
not something that Warren Ellis is being very superficial with.
Okay.
I don't know. Someone I was talking to about it earlier today, named JP.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be mad at me?
Yes.
Sorry, JP.
For 22 reasons.
But I love you.
Like liken it before I had a chance to read it.
Right.
Liken it to the TV show The Americans. Where
Okay.
There's a lot of things going on, and everything that people are saying and talking about has implications later down the line.
Right.
He was absolutely right.
Okay.
A groundwork is being laid here, but for like two warring factions of people with tons of money, technology, superpowers that function once again, you know, theme for the stuff I've read this week, outside the purview of us regular people.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a war about to happen, and I kind of can't wait. It's amazing. Like, it's got character names from the original Wildstorm universe,
Okay.
but they've grown and they've matured.
Okay.
Yeah. More
Because that was one of the things that we talked about off of issue 1, that the showcase of the characters and the storytelling, you kind of had to know those characters in their previous iteration to get any sort of relevance to their mentioning here.
Yeah.
Still maintains?
No.
Oh.
It has now reached the point, because that first one was kind of like Easter eggs. To
Right.
us.
Full of Easter eggs.
And now it's just go. You know everything you need to know about these
Okay.
people
Okay.
as is for purposes of the story.
Right.
So
just tell it.
Yeah.
That's dope.
very, very good.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Okay, so you picked Wildstorm as your book of the week.
Yeah.
I actually want to pick God Country,
Okay.
number 3,
Yeah.
which we both read, which
Yep.
is cool. That's a series that we slept on at first, but
Yeah.
then kind of found it.
Yeah.
You found it, and I jumped on your piggyback. I'm not gonna lie. I did.
Yeah, it was one like, I'll skip the first issue.
Right.
And then when I went to reorder it and it was gone,
You're
it
like,
was the second part. Okay, crap. I have failed.
Find out what this is.
Yeah.
This is epic.
Yeah.
This is an epic series. Like I was really curious as to where exactly it was going to go. For those that haven't read it, okay. So we've got this character who is suffering from Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, dude is in a real bad way,
yeah.
and he suddenly gets this mythical all blade that, so long as he holds it, cures him.
Yeah.
But it's this truly mythic thing, so it belongs to a god, and said god wants it back.
Yeah.
And he ain't so inclined to give it back to him.
No.
So
He's got everything back.
Right.
He's got his life. He's got his family.
all of it back.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, dude, it's like a country song in reverse. How am I supposed to give that up What is a country song in reverse? I got my dog back. I got my family back. My wife. The car didn't die.
Magic sword.
And a big magic sword.
Big
It's not even
magic
like a
sword,
small. It's not even like a no.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
crazy
dude.
epic.
I don't know how, but I need someone to cosplay with this sword. I don't know how you're gonna do it. I can't even fathom. Like I don't cosplay on that level at all.
This would be amazing.
But yes, prop master, somebody, figure it out. That's all I'm asking. Oh, and send me one because I suggested it. It can be scale. It can be scale. You know, I'm not greedy. It's just big enough for me to not get arrested for having. But in this issue, so things get real. Like we had the high fantasy in the previous 2 issues, but this one I think things kind of come down a level, and we see the characters a little bit more. Yeah, which I liked.
A little bit of a backstory between the father and the son.
Yes. Yes.
Gives you a little bit of more violence.
Yes.
Which leads into more character-related stuff.
Super character-related stuff. Dude, that scene in the kitchen, I don't know why I didn't think that was going to happen. Yeah. But I got so excited when that happened. I was like, that makes sense. Yeah. He does say all. He does say all. Yeah. Yep. So, oh man, can you imagine this as like a cartoon series?
It would be amazing.
Yeah.
It would just.
I'm not even asking for live action. Cartoon series. Yeah. Give me that.
I get the vibe as Eurocentric as almost everything is in this. Right. I think like an anime kind of thing. Like some of the great creators from Japan. It'd be fantastic.
I'm sorry, I just had a little church moment. I'm going to take a second. While I take a second, let's get ready for these honorable mentions. Woo! Honorable mentions wise, we didn't touch nothing that was the same again.
Correct.
But some still pretty good reads. Like, was there, U.S. Avengers, talk to me. Okay. What made you get that one?
Both of these were suggestions.
Okay. Yeah. Who suggested this? Who do we owe this to?
For this one, it's Dan Hartman, Overlord of Evil on the Twitter.
Thank you.
And this is one I honestly was not going to pick up.
Okay.
Outside of the suggestion, but it's actually hysterical. It's written by Al Ewing.
Okay. Whoa, from Ultimates.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I'm on the surface, I'm thinking this is just a collective of characters they're trying to, like, Deadpool's in it, Red Hulk's in it, so just everybody you get to read. And I read it, and it's hysterical. It's intentionally a comedy. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so Ewing has several different modes he can write within.
Okay.
And it's just amazing. Red Hulk is referred to as Tom Selleck Hulk.
Oh my God. Because he has the mustache.
Yeah. So it's the whole story premise behind this one is there is a giant monster somewhere in a country in between Latvia and another country. So like they have to sneak in or else Doctor Doom will go crazy.
Oh my God.
There's a mad scientist there. Deadpool's supposed to get him. Red Hulk's supposed to get the monster. And then just hilarity ensues.
Wait a minute. Okay, this looks like it has multiple issues within it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's kind of brilliant.
Yeah, so it's like high concept where like each issue is from a different character's points. Yeah. So I mean, definitely thumbs up.
Cool.
Thanks, Dan. It was amazing.
Good job. I took on the Mighty Thor. It's Jason Aaron. Just get it. Don't like.
By this point,
come on.
It's
not even something we should even talk about.
Yeah.
But I will talk about it. Yes. So what we have is the Shi'ar gods have picked a fight with Thor. And they've transported her, and she's doing this like challenge of the gods things. And we finally understand why this is happening. And it's for the most Thoriest of reasons. No spoilers, but yes. Absolutely yes. That next issue is going to go down. It's going down.
Saucy.
Get that book. We shouldn't have to tell you that.
Yeah, it's Jason Aaron. Just
right.
Dag nabbit, people.
Don't make me. I don't like repeating myself. And you have?
My second request.
Yes.
I believe this was from Sebastian on our Facebook page.
Oh, sweet.
Nightwing. The big creator on this one for me is Tim Seeley. Yeah. So it's taken this vibe. It's dark. It is not even by Bat Family stuff.
Okay.
This is dark. And at first I was fairly lost. Like I couldn't quite figure out who Deathwing was and who this other Robin was because they've got like
lots of things.
Faces that kind of stitched on. Yeah, so it's just like really where they've got the memories of these characters, their voices sound the same, and so I'm just like, what the heck is happening?
Right, like that's creeptastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it ties together at the end, and one of my favorite, more recent Batman villains makes a reappearance, and he's a character that roughly when they were first introduced, or the beginning of the introduction, the first time many moons ago, they were dancing and listening to an iPod. I want to know what that mix is. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it's very, very cool, and it's a creepy, creepy character.
Tim, if you have any ideas, please tweet us. We'd love to know. We should tweet you.
Yeah.
Actually, we will tweet you to find out what your thoughts are on what the playlist of that character is.
Yeah, because this is something that back when Grant Morrison originally created the character was the dancing. But I mean, he's still around, and he's still. Like, it's just creepy.
Oh.
So yeah, I would love to know Tim's input as like if he still had that playlist.
What do you think it is?
Songs be?
What do you think it is? Because that's a good question.
Yeah.
What does that dude listen to?
Right?
What do I feel like
Enigma?
it's like Disney?
I don't like
it's Disney flicks.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a whole new world.
I can see what's happening, but they don't have a clue. Stop. That's. Can you feel the love tonight? I don't want to. I know I do. Bad touch, bad touch. For my final honorable mention, I took on Invincible. We are on part 2 of the End of All Things.
Countdown.
Oh God, it was so hard. It was so hard. I feel like this series is about to be like on a super fast track.
Okay.
After reading the last issue, everything's happening at an expedited pace, and this one kind of keeps the momentum going. I think that we're basically in a rush to get to the final pieces, the final play. Yeah. And I'm still not quite sure how it's going to go down. Everybody's got to throw everything against the rag that they can. The question is, how is it going to wrap up? We don't really know. Yeah. I can't call it. I've made some suggestions for what I think it's going to be amongst friends. I don't want to spoil it, but this is such a huge journey to see this book come to an end. And this one, great piece. Ryan Otley kills because that's what he does. Kirkman, get the book. Stop making me repeat myself, man. Just get the book.
Yeah, it's Robert Kirkman. You just know.
Shout out to Eve, though. Adam Eve is not to be trifled with. Just a reminder. Don't play with Adam Eve. She don't like that.
No.
You call her Samantha. Or else.
Do we tell them about the new stuff we've got on the interwebs?
We should tell them about the new stuff we have on the interwebs.
To.
We should totally tell them. Okay, so we've been going, 3 seasons solid? A couple years now?
Like that, yeah.
You know?
150-ish plus.
Dude,
episodes.
That's pretty awesome.
That's a long time.
That's pretty awesome. And I think that we have a lot of you guys that are showing a lot of support, and we would love to see if you would be interested in throwing a little bit of financial support. We've got a new Patreon page that is it launched already?
Shelby's working on it.
Yeah.
It's going to be launched here pretty soon.
Possibly even by the time you're watching this, it might actually be live. So if you're interested, toss a couple shekels to keep the magic going and see if we can expand this great empire that we've built here. And it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
You guys got some stuff going on this weekend?
This weekend is mostly Magic the Gathering related.
You say that like it's like nothing.
Well,
Magic is wonderful.
It's awesome. It's huge. It's a big chunk of my business.
Right.
But the sign above the door is Comic Town. I know, which sounds weird.
Well, magic is a part of comics. There are magic comics.
Yes.
Comics are magic. Think about it. Yeah. Yes. And this weekend I will be at Wizard World Cleveland, where I will be kind of doing some awesome moderating gigs. Anthony Mackie, Dean Cain.
I've heard about these people.
A couple of guys that you might know. I actually get to moderate Kevin Conroy and Lauren Lester, the voices of Batman and Robin from the Batman the Animated Series.
Wow.
Envy me, the MVP. That's me. Bam! You see how I put that together?
Yeah.
I'm a writer.
Yeah. And if you're in the state of Ohio, there is no reason not to go to Cleveland.
Daggone right.
Even when you're in the furthest part, it's just a couple hours.
Yeah, come on.
And it's a beautiful city.
Yeah. You can catch a Cavs game.
The Browns are a dumpster fire.
Wait, we want them to go to Cleveland. That's not the way.
The Browns have 22.
Stop it. Just stop.
You tried. I'm a Browns fan and I hate my life.
It's okay. It's okay.